Hello everyone, good evening and welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be talking about a very important topic. Luck is a lie. So do you all agree with me that saying that someone is lucky is not always the truth in some kind of situations, especially when it comes to opportunities like scholarships, grants, fellowships. When it comes to this kind of opportunities, people are always fast to say, oh, she's lucky, oh, she's lucky. So sometimes saying that someone is lucky is not actually the truth about opportunities. So let's see why luck is a lie. Let's see why it is a lie. Make sure you follow this session to the end. Also, kindly repost to your family and friends for everyone that is interested in joining. I've had a lot of people say it. If you see someone that is winning opportunities, you say, oh, this girl is so lucky. Oh, this boy is so lucky. But it's not always the truth. It's not always the truth. So pay attention and follow the session to the end. Chisom, thank you so much for joining. So if you're already on the call, please put your name on the chat. Put your name on the chat. Let's see those that are in this call already. Put your name in the chat. So we have three people here. I'm only seeing Chisom. Where are others? Type your name. Emeka. Okay. Then kindly type in the location. Where are you joining us from? Chisom, where are you joining us from? Emeka, where are you joining us from? Oh, Joseph. I don't even know you are the owner of this YouTube account. Clinton, welcome. We need to bring wine to receive you in this session. I think this is the first time I'm seeing you in my session, right? Rita, you're joining from Rwanda, right? Oh, okay, Nnemeka. Okay, welcome from Unizik. Please, who is Cave of Courage? Can you write your name? What's your full name? I don't know who is Cave of Courage. Clinton, welcome. I appreciate. Who is Cave of Courage? Write your full name. I don't know your full name. Please, can you write it? Chisom, you're joining from Abuja. Okay. Joseph, which one is Nigeria? You know, so many of us are Nigerians. So, which part of Nigeria are you joining from? I just don't know what to say. I don't understand you. I'm your sister. How can you just ignore me like I'm a complete stranger? And Biko's calling me all the time. Does she know what's up? Biko. Yes, I love you. Okay. Chisom said that Clinton is supposed to bring wine instead. Okay, from Ebonyi State. Okay, welcome. So, if you know you were in the last session, what was the topic we discussed in the last session? Yeah, I know I had a serious network issue then. So, I couldn't continue to the end. In fact, I'm going to be asking questions from the last two sessions. And anybody that gets it correctly, I will not tell you what I have for you, but I have something for you. First of all, what was the topic for the first session we had 2 weeks ago? What was the topic? If you remember the topic, can you write it down? Okay, Charles said, why intelligent people lose out on opportunities. That was for last Sunday. What about last 2 Sundays? What was the topic? Okay, Silver, peace, Chinonso. Welcome from Uniport. Welcome. What was the topic of our first session? The first session we had 2 Sundays ago. I know that Rita was in that session. I think Charles was also there. So you guys have forgotten the topic. The first session, the topic was opportunities are not random. how the system works. That was the first topic. Then the second topic is why smart people miss out on opportunities. So today we are talking about luck is a lie. That's the topic for today. Luck is a lie. The hidden systems behind scholarships, jobs, and fellowships. Let me ask you one question. You know that what we call luck is like, will I say like a chance, or how will I put it? Luck can happen to anybody. Just like if you play a rifle, someone can be lucky to be the person that is selected to win. That is, I think I will use the rifle as a way to define luck. So rifle, like, it has nothing to do with the kind of effort you put. You just had the money and played it. Maybe 500 persons played it. Then they will do a random picking and pick one winner. So that winner, you can say that person is lucky. That is luck. That is what luck is. So it's always annoying me when I see people say that someone is lucky. Like if they see someone that is getting some opportunities, they will come and say, "Oh, this girl is so lucky. She's so lucky." So that's why I'm here to tell you today that luck is a lie when it comes to scholarship, grant, job, everything about applications. If you use that word luck, it is wrong, because that person is not lucky. There are things, there are there are ways the systems of these opportunities work. Once you follow the right way, then you yourself, you start getting the opportunities. Because if scholarships or grants or fellowship, if they are about luck, then the same people that are winning, they will not keep winning. If it is all about luck, those set of people will not keep winning. I know some people that have been winning since 3 4 years ago, and they are still winning opportunities till today. If it is all about luck, then they shouldn't be winning. So when we say luck, let me tell you the truth. That is a way that we are making ourselves to relax and not to take responsibility. When you feel like other people are lucky, that means you are not lucky. You will not feel relaxed. You will not make extra effort. You will not put in the work. So it's a comfortable lie that we tell ourselves that makes us not to take responsibility. We just relax. So it is like, so this opportunities has nothing to do with luck. Some people will say, "Oh, this person has grace." Yes, I agree with you. Grace is part of it, but even the Bible, they say faith without work, like okwukwe na-enwere ezi ọrụ lụrụ alụ, that is in Igbo language. Faith without good works, like faith and work goes together. So before you say somebody has grace, grace build on nature. Like, have you make the ground for that grace to come in? You have to put in some level of work for that grace to manifest. If you are just sitting down relaxing, you don't want to do anything, don't expect that, that grace to come and locate you there. God must see what you are doing before the grace of God will locate you. So before you say that this person is lucky, this person has grace, God favored them. Some people even say that they that they don't have good luck. That some people have good luck, but that's not how it works. What you do not see behind the scene, there is what we call behind the scene. That person you say this person is lucky, have you seen behind the scene what the person is doing behind the scene? Have you seen the preparations, the understanding, like how the person actually prepared for this opportunity and the effort the person put in? So there is this effort and preparation that you have to put in before that grace will locate you for you to win opportunities. So remember that in the first session we said that opportunity is equal to awareness plus timing plus positioning and then execution. So first of all, let me start with scholarship opportunities. Let me start with scholarship opportunities. Your grade here is very important. You don't expect to graduate with a second class lower or third class and be expecting to win scholarship. If you know that you want to win scholarship to continue your studies, Now that you are in school, you should be aiming for high grade. Even if you did not make a first class, at least have like second class upper. I'm not saying that those that got second class lower are automatically disqualified, but now we are talking about how the system work. Leave luck aside now. Let's keep luck aside. You want a scholarship to do your masters, and you're currently an undergraduate student, and you're getting a CGPA of 2 point something or 1 point something. Do you think you are preparing yourself for that scholarship? The answer is no. So you have to make that preparation while in school. Aim for first class, then at least second class upper. That should be your target if you know you want to get a scholarship. But if you don't want to get a scholarship, you still have to get a good grade for you to position yourself well for job opportunities and other opportunities. Then next thing I want to talk about is upgrade. How do you upgrade yourself? Or you just rely only on that your BSc? Oh, I already have a BSc, I need a job. What else have you done? Some people go extra mile to take courses in Coursera, in Allison and other platforms, and even apply for financial waiver. They get scholarship to take these courses to upgrade themselves. Some go to do data analytics, like different courses to do what? To upgrade themselves, to position yourself properly. It's not just about the job or scholarship. Yeah, the end product of scholarship is to get employed and get good payment, right? So what are the things you are doing to position yourself well? Then the next thing is, when you are applying for these opportunities, they will ask you to write, let's say, maximum of 500 words, and then you went and write 100 words or 50 words. It's not like the content of what you wrote does not matter, but do you think that the reviewer will take you serious? They gave you a maximum of 500 words and you're writing like 100 or 200 or less than. Yeah, the content is important, but at least write up to like at least 70% of that word limit they gave you to write. At least get up to like 70% of it. Then what's the next thing? Have you read the criteria, the eligibility? I hammered on it the first session we had. Reading eligibility criteria and everything that is involved, that is going to save you a lot of stress so that you don't end up applying and getting rejected. You have to read instructions and follow the instructions when developing whatever you want to write. If it is a job opportunity you are applying for, read the job description and the person specification. What type of persons do they want for this role? After reading it, check yourself, check your CV. Do you fit into this position? Same thing applies to scholarship and grant, everything. So when you finish reading the description of the role or the grant or whatever you're applying for, check if you fit into um this position that you want to apply for. After checking your fit, then you go ahead and apply. If it demands you to write a cover letter, when you are writing the cover letter, make sure you are highlighting how your skills match with those specific things they mentioned. For instance, if they say they want someone that has a good communication skill, you can give an example of a role that you had in the past where you demonstrated your communication skills. If they want somebody that has skills in fundraising, depend on what they want. So make sure that you align your write up to those their job descriptions and person specification. Make sure you align all your write up with what they want, so that if they are reading it, some of these people, they use AI to review your applications. Before human beings review it, AI must have done the first selection. So AI will filter out those that have the specific keywords that they want. Others, they will just send the automatic rejection immediately. Then those that AI selected, human beings will now come and review it. So make sure that you are hitting on the nail those keywords that they pointed out in the description. Make sure that you are mentioning them. You are mentioning them in your write-up and how you demonstrate those skills. And I talked about storytelling before. Don't just go straight to the point and start telling them. And one thing I said before, when you're writing your story, if you if you use AI to generate it, AI will write for you growing up. I just hate that, and I don't know why I hate it so much. So many aces I've reviewed. We start with growing up in a small village, growing up this, growing up that. I hate that thing. Imagine you are a reviewer and you review like 10 aces, and out of 10, 8 of them has that growing up. Will you still take them serious? If I just see it, it turns me off. I stop reading this, and I just feel like this person got the answer from ChatGPT. There is nothing you want tell me. This one na ChatGPT writer. So even if you are using AI to fine-tune your writing, make sure that you avoid those popular AI phrases. Those popular phrases. Let me use it that way. Popular AI phrases. Then you see all those dash, dash, dash that AI will give you. Try as much as possible to remove those dash, dash, dash. I'm not encouraging the use of AI, but if you use it to fine tune your writing, make sure that you look out for those red flags that point out that this content is AI written. Look out for them and take it out of your writing before you submit that um, essay or whatever you wrote. Then the next thing I want to talk about is personal statement. That's for those that are preparing for scholarship. I had a session last year which I called the 5 day scholarship bootcamp. If you have time, go through that in my YouTube channel. You'll see where I talked about the difference between personal statement, cover letter, statement of purpose. Some of you, the scholarship you're applying for, they ask you for personal statements. You're writing statement of purpose for them. Some of you, they ask you for motivation letter and you're writing personal statement. Personal statement, show them your personal experience, your personal journey, how it aligns with that scholarship. You can talk about your family background and link it up to what you're applying for. Statement of purpose. Why do you want to study that course? You can talk about the gap in the world or the skills demand for that course, whatever, whatever. That's statement of purpose. Then motivation letter. Show why you are motivated to go for this course. And then why did you choose that school or whatever. So I'm just talking about these things briefly because I know I've already had some sessions concerning the difference between this personal statement, statement of purpose, motivation letter. Then let me go to yeah, our grade. It's not everybody that have first class will automatically win a scholarship. I know some people they have first class, but they've been getting rejection, rejection, rejection. There is someone I was advising the other day. I was telling the person that you are so focused only on academics, you're not even trying out other things. Yeah, it's good to achieve academic excellence, but ah, Rita, you say you say I for WMI, and every essay started with I grew up in a poor family. And you got infinite rejection. So that's the truth. I will tell you, growing up in a small village, growing up in a this, growing up like anywhere I see growing up, let me tell you the truth, I don't take you serious again. If I'm reading your ace and I see growing up, I flag you red immediately because I know where you got your response from. I know where you got it from. Even if you use your human brain and write that growing up, I know what inspired you to use it. So yes, I was talking about those that focus only on their studies. If you are that type of person that you are studying, all your mind is only on your studies, come and listen to this thing I have to say. Yes, studying is very good. After school, what next? Have you asked yourself that question? After school, what next? There are a lot of graduates, but very limited job opportunities for them. What are you doing to fill that gap so that when you come out from school, you will not be stranded? Even some people with the best result they have not even been employed. So what are you doing? What are the other hustles you are doing to make sure that you will not be stranded when you come out from school? When I was working for people in Anambra, Abuja, let me tell you the truth, even with my results, they don't even send my result. They don't send my result. Even with my results, what was the highest salary I've received? It's 60,000 naira. If you convert it to pounds, it's like 30 pounds or less than 30 pounds. That's the highest I've earned as a salary. That's the highest. So During this period, I was asking myself, what else can I do to get extra money? What else can I do? When I was still working as a bossa, that my salary was 8,500. I was making bead, I was making footwears, drawing artwork for people. Like, I make all these things to get extra money. And most of the time, it's even my fellow staff that patronize me. Once they pay their salary, everybody will be bringing the money they're owing me. By the time I collect all the money they're owing me, I have like times two of my salary that I'm going home with, because I was doing other extra things to get extra income. Same thing with when my salary was around 25K, 30K. I was doing home lessons, extra. Like, the home lessons I was doing was like times three of my salary. I was getting extra money. Also doing liquid soap, footwears, bags. Those are the extra things I was doing to get extra income. And let me tell you, those things help me to know what I'm doing currently in my organization, because in my organizations now, yeah, we create artworks, all these things I mentioned, bag, footwears, bead. We make all these things, but now we make it from waste materials. We make it from waste. So it's because I've already acquired all those skills. I've acquired the skills already. Yeah. So what made me to resign from teaching was because I feel like I needed more independence. I needed more time to focus on building myself and building my own business instead of working for people. I need to build my own business. But before then, I did some things. While I was still working for them, I was applying for grants, I was applying for travel opportunities, fellowships, and I was able to get some of these opportunities, to the point that I feel like if I resign from this teaching, I can still be able to survive without their monthly salary. That was why I was able to resign. But assuming I said, oh, I don't have chance, I'm teaching, I wouldn't have gone to this level today. So if you are in school and you don't have any skill, you don't have any handwork, the only thing you know is that in your brain. Yeah, it's good to be intelligent, but you need to have other skills as well. You need to have other things that you can do, so that if the job market does not favor you, you can become an entrepreneur. That's why I like to refer to myself as an entrepreneur, as a social entrepreneur, because that is who I am. Even though I'm an economist, but I prefer being referred to as an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is one of the key ways to break away from extreme poverty, especially in the African context where a lot of people are suffering. When you finish school, like, to get a job is difficult. Sometimes the job you got is even difficult for you to be able to pay your living expenses from that job. By the time you subtract your transportation fare and everything, the money is gone. It's more like you're trapped in a cycle of poverty that you can't even break out of it. And then you are telling me that you don't have time to apply for opportunities because you are working. What work? What stupid work are you doing that you cannot make out, even if it's 2 hours every day, to dedicate into your personal life? Even if it's to use that 2 hours every day to earn a skill that will help you to get a better job. You have to do it. Pay that sacrifice. That's the sacrifice you have to pay to invest in your future, or else you will see yourself doing that very job for so many years. You know what pisses me off? When I see smart people, they are doing one job like that and they have done this job for 10 years. And you come and tell me, like they'll be like, oh, we have been in this job for 10 years. Like, I'll be like, what? What are you doing in one job for 10 years? Oh my God. And it's not even like this is this is a high paying job. Like, someone be comfortable sitting one place for 10 years. Oh my God. I don't know how you do it, but I can't do that. That's why one of my bosses in my last one of the jobs that I resigned from. So when I went to tender my resignation letter, so actually I started developing myself while I was working there. First of all, I registered for the Confucius Institute in Unizik. I was taking Chinese classes online. I was doing a lot of things then. I was still doing my shoemaking, bag making, liquid soap, home lesson. I was still teaching. So, and what I get from all these side hustles is like times three or times four of the salary. That's the things like I guess from the side hustle. So when I went to resign, okay, before then something happened. I had an issue with a colleague and I was queried. And after answering the query, they got angry the way I responded the query. And they were like, did I use dictionary to go and write the query, or I gave it to someone, maybe my boyfriend, to write it for me? Because they can't even believe that I wrote this. I responded to this query by myself, like the grammar and all the things. Because I'm the type of person that when you see me physically, I don't really talk too much. So some of them feel like, oh, this girl, she can't even speak English. I'm just calm physically, but when it comes to writing, I know what I'm doing very, very much. So they said, what did you use dictionary to answer this query and all those things? But that's by the way. What my boss said then, because one day I told her that I was telling my colleague that if they surcharge me, they said they will surcharge me. I said if they surcharge me, I will resign. I was telling one of my colleagues, she went to report me to the boss. The boss called me and said, did you say this? I said, yes, I said it. She was thinking I'll come and deny it. I said, yes, I said it. If you surcharge me, I will resign. She now she looked at me and said that she knows me very well. That if I resign from here today, tomorrow I'm starting work in another place. That she knows me very, very well. At least if you know what you are doing, you will not be scared of unnecessary threat. So that's by the way. But what she said is right. If I resign today, I'm starting work the next place the next day. I've never stayed out of work all my life, except if I decide not to work. So then I was talking about something. What? I've forgotten the topic I was talking about. Okay. I think I'm talking about investing in yourself. So in this same school, I started the Chinese class. I started taking one other class. I got into the program. We have a lot of classes to take before we qualify for the competition. But I wasn't taking these classes when I'm teaching. That's the problem. Assuming I'm doing it when I'm supposed to teach, I will say yes, it's my fault. I shouldn't have done that. But even the school, they confirmed that I was one of the best staff. When I teach, I do my things fast. I teach the children during the break time. I was on my phone doing my stuff, taking my classes, writing my exams and everything. Or after school, like these are the time that it won't clash with the school activities. But why they're angry with me is because every time I'm holding my phone in my hand. That's the anger. Every time I'm holding my phone, even in the assembly ground, I'm holding my phone. Every time I'm holding my phone, and it became a problem. Sometimes I'm holding the phone because I need to observe when they'll drop attendance link. I may be in a class, but I'll just remove the volume. I'm not participating actively. I'm just monitoring it to know when the attendance link will be dropped. So I'll take the attendance and not miss out. But it became a problem. They see me as I'm carrying phone up and down, up and down. Like I've already explained to you guys, I'm taking some online courses, but you still don't want to understand. You want me to be doing the work for the rest of my life to be teaching there. Like I can't even relate it. So at a point, I started getting threats. Oh, I'll break this phone one day. Those that are carrying phone up and down, you're not the only ones that have phone in this school. One day I'll break phone, break phone. I just went there and told Ma, I'm resigning. No, I gave her my resignation letter. She was like, did she do anything to me? I said, no, you didn't do anything to me. I just don't want us to have any problem so that tomorrow if we see we greet, I don't want to have any problem with anybody. That was how I resigned. And I went to another place where I can use my phone. At least I'm staying in the staff room. When it's my time to teach, I enter the class, teach, go back to staff room, and use my phone in the staff room. So that's the place I stayed. That even helped me to go further to enter into other spaces. But why am I sharing this story? I had a lot of obstacles that would have made me to stop trying to develop myself. I had so many obstacles. I would have said, oh, the school does not allow me to use phone, so I can't take courses. I cannot invest time in taking these courses to develop myself. I cannot do grant applications because the school will not allow me to travel if I get the opportunity. I should have said that and relaxed and get relaxed. But I didn't say that. I had to devise another means. That's why I was saying it in my WhatsApp group the other day, that know when you have to leave that place you are. If it is no longer comfortable for you, know when to leave. Don't stick to one particular place for the rest of your life. Know when to walk away when the system does not favor you anymore. Walking away from that place was one of the best decisions I made in my life, because the next place I went to, the boss there, when I have something to attend to, she gives me permission to go. But the other place, I won't get the permission. There's one place that I worked, that place turned me into a chronic liar. Let me tell you the truth. That school turned me into a chronic liar, because before you can do anything, you must lie. If you say the truth, they will not permit you. Like, I got amazed at the rate at which I lied that period, because immediately you're asking me anything, like I don't know where the answers are coming from. That place turned me into a chronic liar. Like, immediately you're asking me a question, I already have the answer to give to you. And like, this is not the kind of life I want to live. I had to leave that place. Even before I resigned, I told so many lies before I was able to leave that place, and still they did not pay me the money they're owing me. They didn't pay me till today. But that's by the way. So if you are in school, look for extra things to do to get money, so that if you come out from school, you are thinking you get job of 500,000, 1 million. So there is no job anywhere waiting for you. There are so many school graduates, even people with first class, have not gotten job finish. They never get job finish. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that, have you thought about, what about you creating that job opportunity for others? Have you thought of that? Why not be the giver than the receiver? So start building that system, that if you leave school, you will not be stranded. You will have other sources of income, legitimate sources of income. Talking of legitimate, everything we are saying here is legitimate. Then, if you are working somewhere already, you are already working somewhere, and you are so comfortable with that 100,000 or 200,000 or 500,000 or 1 million that you are receiving, you are so comfortable with it that you don't want to develop yourself. What if they now ask you to leave that job tomorrow? What happens to you? You get stranded. Is that the type of life you want for yourself? Or you are working in a place that feels like walking on an eggshell every time? Your mind is up, like you don't know what to do to offend them, this, and you are still there, and you are still there. And because of this job, you don't want to bring out time to look for opportunities that you're going to apply for. Because of this same job, you are telling me that you don't have time to apply for scholarship because you're working. You don't have time to apply for grants because you're working. What job? What work that will make you not to invest in your future? In your future and the future of your unborn children, for those that are still single. So this class is for you to do what? To, like, first of all, don't look at people that are winning things as if they are lucky. They paid some sacrifices. They paid some sacrifices. When I resigned from that job, the next place I went to, they paid me less. But I didn't really care about the payment as at then, because I am looking at the future of what I'm doing. That is what matters to me, not the current money I'm receiving, not the current salary I'm receiving. I'm looking at the future. And today, some of my colleagues back then, they are still there. I'm not trying to mock anybody, but I'm trying to show, like, those people that knew when I was doing that thing, they won't come today to say that I'm lucky, because they knew the sacrifice I paid. They knew how I was the talk of the school. Everybody was annoyed, angry with me. I'm carrying phone up and down. They knew how I resigned. What they don't know is that I went to a place that was paying me less, just for me to be able to use my phone. And then when I relocated to Abuja, I took a very big risk. I just went to Abuja without any job. And then I went there and started looking for a job. It took me a while to get the job. And when they start misbehaving, I also resigned as well. I don't think I've worked anywhere where they asked me to leave. I'm the one that always walked away, because I know that I know my capacity, I know what I'm made of, I know what I can deliver, and I know that I can actually survive without this job. So that job in Anambra, there was a time that my salary was seized for like 1 month or 2 months or plus. Then I just left the salary there with them because I'm getting times three of that salary from other sources. So you seize my salary, you want to threaten me, you want me to come and beg you. I left the money for them. They were like telling me, oh yeah, come and take your money. I said, no, hold it till December. They said, no, it's too much. Come and take your money. Oh, come and take your money. I said, you're tired of holding the money. Because I don't really care about the money then. It's not like I have enough, but there is a way you will show yourself that you're too desperate for something. They will use you and dump you. But have that way of carrying yourself where you are working or whatever. Like have that the way you position yourself so that people will not look down on you, people will not trample on you. Like make sure you are giving value. Let me use that word. Make sure you are giving value so that those places you are working, they will even be scared of losing you, and they will not want to make anything that will get you upset and you leave. Once you get to that point, that's very okay. Also invest in your self-development. 2022, 2021, I was taking a lot of courses. I was investing in my self-development. But from 2023, I told myself that no more free courses. Any course I will take, you people will pay me for me to take that course. I'm not doing anything that is only certificate. I'm not doing it again. I told myself that in 2023 and I stopped it. That's why before I apply for it, I'll ask you money or travel, which one is involved? If money is not there, there should be international trip attached to it. If there is no money, there is no international trip. Hold the opportunity. I know they do. Because I feel like I've done that self-development. I've acquired some knowledge. It's not like knowledge should be limited, but at least I've gotten to some extent that I don't need these things again. But if you're still coming up, you can still do those courses, free courses. You can do them to add to your CV, to boost your profile, to use it to get other paid opportunities, to use it to get paid opportunities. And also, always make plans ahead. What do you want your 5 years time to look like? In the next 5 years, where do you want to see yourself? Have you asked yourself that question? Answer in the chat is a question for you guys. Have you asked yourself in the next 5 years, where do I want to see myself? Have you asked yourself that question? Write your answer in the chat. Let me know those that have already thought about it and those that have not thought about it. Because we are not supposed to be living like chickens, that chicken will just wake up and walk around, eat food, poo, sleep, wake up the next day. You need to have plans. You are human. Have plans. Have plans. What do you want your next 2 years to be? What do you want your next 3 years to be? Who is this person? What's your real name? In the next 5 years, you want to be a billionaire. Yeah, what is your real name and what effort are you making towards achieving that? Because it's when you have a plan that you start working towards that plan. And when the plans start falling in place, people will now say, oh, this person is lucky because they're seeing the result, but they didn't see the hard work you put behind the scene. They didn't see that effort, the number of years it took you to get there. But today they will say, this person is lucky, this person is lucky. You know, one thing that my friend Kinsley said it that was 2 years ago. So okay, Samuel. Okay. So my friend Kinsley told me like in 2023, he looked at me and said, if anybody envy you that you're winning something, I'll be very angry with that person because they don't know the work you are putting in. Yeah, they don't know the work you're putting in. The countless sleepless nights. Yeah, in the daytime, I have to work from 5 a.m. I start preparing for work. From 5 a.m. From 5 a.m. I start preparing for work. I spend 2 to 3 hours on the road commuting to work. And then when I get there, I work till 8 or 9 p.m. And then I spend extra 2 to 3 hours transporting myself back home. By the time I get home, it's already 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. in the night. And then I prepare food, eat dinner around 1 a.m., and then go to bed around 2 a.m., sometimes 2:30 a.m., 5 a.m., I'm up again. And the cycle continues like that for like 4 days. 4 days. And I have 3 days left in the week to invest in my personal development. And from the 3 days, Sunday, I host this YouTube session. I teach other people what I did that helped me to get to this point and how they can develop themselves. I also have classes with my mentees, my research group. We do research, submit research grant proposal. Then my personal stuff, PhD applications, grant applications. And then I still have time to make to do other projects that I do in the IDP camp with my team, those that work with me offline. And I have another team, we work online, and I still share opportunities in the WhatsApp group. And then someone will come tomorrow and tell me that you're lucky. Did you see this circle? Like, I don't even have any space to even look after myself or my health and everything. And tomorrow, if I post something, you say, "Oh, she's lucky. Oh, she has grace. She found favor with God." Like, I keep hearing a lot of things. I don't say that grace is not part of people. You have to put in the work for that grace to locate you. There's one of my friend that told me that she goes to bed by 8 p.m. I was like, "What? 8 p.m.? You go to bed 8 p.m. and you wake up 6 a.m. the next day?" Like, I don't understand. You're sleeping away your destiny. 8 p.m. you're sleeping. That's crazy. You go to bed 8 p.m. An adult, not even a baby. An adult. And tomorrow you someone like that, you come and say, "No, this person is trying, this particular person. At least she's trying, she's applying, she's winning stuff, but not that much." But if you're in this call today and you're the type that 8 o'clock, in that woke or cocoa, you go and sleep and wake up 6 o'clock the next day. Hi. Do you know the time you're wasting? Like the time you used to make a lot of impact in your life and help other people. Do you know that you're wasting your time? You're wasting time. You're wasting time. Let me tell you the truth. It's better you sacrifice this your youthful age and use it to invest in your development. Sacrifice your youthful age. Use it to do the right thing so that it will get to a point whereby you don't have to work that hard again because you have already set the systems in place. You have already set the systems in place. So it will get to that point that you don't have to work so hard for you to be able to earn a living. Because that energy you have now as a youth, you will not continue to have that energy all the rest of your life. That's just the truth. You will not have that energy forever. It is limited. Let me tell you, it's not everything that this guy, you're making me laugh. Stop distracting me. Which one is let us sleep in so many history? I did not say that you should not sleep. Okay, Charles said he wants to see himself financially free, doing the things that he wants to better his life and those around him, helping and motivating others to be the best of themselves. That's very good. Okay. This guy that told me that I have grace, I know it's that somewhere. Somewhere, you and this grace, somewhere I'll fight you in your DM. You are the number one person that will keep saying grace, grace, grace. Somewhere, me and you will fight. He who sleep 8 hours a day. Poverty will do what? Ali will complete that. Complete that one. Okay. I'm not saying that you should not sleep, but be strategic with your sleep. Don't sleep away your destiny. That's what I'm just saying. If you are the type that is active in the daytime, fine. You can do your work in the daytime and sleep at night. But everybody have their own strengths and weaknesses. I noticed one thing about myself. In the daytime, I'm not really very productive like that. I'm not extremely productive in the daytime unless I have a deadline to catch up with. That's when you will see me being very productive in the daytime. But I'm more productive at night. That's when I'm more active. Like I can do better things and get better results at night. So I have to utilize that night time to do my things. And most of the works I do in the daytime are the works I do for people. Then I do my own stuff at night. So that's how I do my stuff. Like I'm not saying you should resign if you're working somewhere. I'm not saying you should resign, but if you invest that time in yourself, it will get to a point where you'll be able to resign and you'll still be comfortable. You will not regret resigning. That self-sufficiency is what I'm just telling you how to manage your time so that you'll be able to achieve that even when you have other commitments. You'll be able to achieve that. So, okay. I've talked about, sorry, I'm looking at what I have here to say. Okay. I want to talk about benchmarking. What do I mean by benchmarking? When I joined LinkedIn in 2022, I wasn't active on LinkedIn. I think I joined in 2022. I started posting on LinkedIn in 2023. One thing I noticed about LinkedIn is when you go to LinkedIn, you only see excellence in LinkedIn. People don't usually post the failure part, like the part where they failed. It's just one or two persons that will post their failures. You go to LinkedIn, it be like everyone is graduating with a first class, like everyone is getting a distinction, everyone is winning grants, getting job opportunity, traveling. That's the kind of things you see on LinkedIn. So what I did that helped me was I followed some specific persons that are doing the kind of things I like to do. There are some persons I was looking at when it comes to scholarships because they are experts in this field. There are some persons I was looking at when it comes to grants because they are also experts in this field. I'll just mention one or two names like Stanley Anibog. I used to reference him when I'm talking, even though we are not close, we have not discussed that much. We've just chatted one or two times on LinkedIn. We are not that close. He don't even know me. I don't know him, but I just know him as my LinkedIn connection. And I like the fact that he's pursuing grants to grow his organization. He's winning grants, getting opportunities, funding, like different kind of funding. And he's still a student and undergraduate. And this guy has won grants that are close to $1 million in total. And he's still an undergraduate. He's still an undergraduate. So when I look at what he has achieved, I was not looking at people that have not achieved anything. I was looking at people that have gone far. So when I look at what he has achieved, I have to tell myself that I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do. Then whenever I'm applying for stuff, I don't get tired. I keep applying. If someone say, "Oh, you're winning so much," I'll say, "Oh, I've not even won half of what this guy won." It's not like I'm being jealous or envious of him, but I'm just using him as a benchmark to say, "Oh, this is the kind of success I want to achieve. This is the kind of position I want to get to." Even though he started like 8 or 9 years or 7 years ago, he started very much earlier before me, but it doesn't matter when I start. But one thing I know is that I want to get to this point or even exceed this point. So I'm using that as a benchmark for my own success, as a benchmark, not to see myself relaxing. One thing that makes us to relax is when you are benchmarking the wrong person. You are benchmarking people that you are above. You will not see yourself, "Oh, I'm trying." You be you drink chilled coke and motivate yourself that you are trying. You'll be happy because you are benchmarking yourself with people that are below your standard, below what you want to achieve. But if you are using those high flyers as a benchmark, you will see yourself as if you are not even doing anything. That's one thing that LinkedIn helped me to achieve. So I will say that 70%, let me not say 70%, at least 50% of my success is because of what I saw on LinkedIn. I benchmarked the right people, those high flyers that are way above me. I benchmarked them, and I was working at a high pace to be able to see how I can meet up with what these people have gotten, what these people have achieved. I was now putting in extra effort, trying to do my best, do the right thing to get to that level. Like when it comes to scholarship, there's this girl. I think her name is Messi or Jetunde also. I've never chatted with her. I just met her on LinkedIn. I saw what she was doing. She's very good at scholarship. She got the Commonwealth Share Scholarship and then went to the US, got another scholarship for her PhD. And she got a distinction in the UK. That was even the first time I know that masters in UK, they grade either distinction or merit. I never knew before. I thought it would be like first class or second class or part the way within Nigeria. So when I saw that, I said, oh wow, this girl is intelligent, and she came to the UK and she still got a distinction. So I need to also get a distinction when I get a scholarship. So I started monitoring her posts, following her posts, or what she was doing. I was impressed with her profile and what she's doing, even though I've not spoken with her one on one. But she's one of the people that motivated me to do what? To be serious with my scholarship search, and then to be serious with the quest to graduate with a distinction. I was also serious with it, even though I have other personal reasons why I needed it. But like I'm talking about benchmarking now. Who are you benchmarking? So some people will tell me that like the way people are just telling me I've done this, I'm not seeing myself in that picture you are seeing me. I'm just seeing myself as a normal me and then trying to do my best and get the best result. So I don't want those things to get into my head so that I will not feel relaxed. So who are you benchmarking? What is your aim for going to LinkedIn? Are you a follower? You're just following people, commenting, chatting. Like, why are you there? What are you doing there? The same thing with other social media. That's why I'm not even really active on other platforms. I just started struggling to post on Instagram, Facebook, but I feel like Facebook is more for people that want to do comedy and all those things. So when it comes to business, entrepreneurship, job, LinkedIn is the best place for that. And what you see in LinkedIn will motivate you. If you want to be motivated, LinkedIn made me to nearly have inferiority complex when I joined newly, because it be like am I playing with my life? Like everybody is winning on LinkedIn. You will just see yourself as if you're not even serious with your life. But trust me, if you turn that into a healthy competition, let me use that word, healthy competition. You are not trying to compete with these people, but you are trying to achieve that greatness that they achieved. That will help you to get to that level. It will help